Hi, namaste, welcome back. I'm Madhu. I'm a certified yoga teacher working towards becoming a yoga therapist. In this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about me and why I chose to do yoga therapy. Yoga has always been a part of my life. Growing up, I used to chant with my grandfather. That was an introduction to Sanskrit and Vedas. At that point, I didn't understand the significance of it, but it had already planted a seed in me. Unfortunately, like many women, my path wasn't that easy. As a child, I have always loved to move. So despite how I was and how I looked, I was very energetic and used to like to bounce around. So whether it was yoga, dance, it was the 90s, so aerobics and even strength training, which was relatively very less in the early 2000s in India. I enjoyed even lifting, and that meant for me, happiness and joy. So that was the definition of movement for me, and I felt super alive. But unfortunately, what happened is as I grew up, in my teenage years in college, especially in wellness spaces, I was told I had to be a certain way or behave a certain way to be taken seriously. And the movement that once felt really good to me started becoming a punishment. So I took that as, a fuel in the fire, like I'm going to do this and just push harder to be perfect and hustle and hustle and hustle. And miraculously, I did reach that stage, that I was happy with. But you know what? Nothing changed. Except for my shiny new outer appearance, inside I felt overwhelmed, tired, and I just had to keep myself together. That's when I realized that perhaps I was, following somebody else's understanding of health and wellness rather than the truth of my life. That's when I changed my approach. I stopped everything and I returned back to my roots. I went back to my grandfather's notes, and this time I started seeing yoga, pranayam, meditation, etc., not for the aesthetic or the numbers, but rather from a functionality point of view. By this time, I had already become a yoga teacher, so I was certified and I was teaching here and there when I first heard the word yoga therapy. In one of my trainings, one of my teachers had spoken about how parts of the body were interconnected. So, for example, if you have back pain, it could maybe not mean back pain, it could be neck or any nervous system issue. And that really intrigued me to understand that self awareness of the body and the mind. And I decided to become a yoga therapist. I joined Ajna Yoga in British Columbia at Victoria, and I'm almost done. So I'm right now at the practicum stage where I am taking care of clients. During this time of learning and understanding yoga therapy, I was also introduced to the effects of PTSD and trauma informed yoga. Some of you might know that I come from a military family and I've seen firsthand how it affects the veterans after they've returned back to a civilian life, and even those who are serving, and the effects of combat stress. So that sort of inspired me, and now I work with women and veterans or anybody who has been stuck by the limitations of the fitness structure and the medical system. So if you're sitting here still listening to my video and thinking, but why is this different? I've tried everything, and even if I try this, how do I know that this is for me? And maybe I should just give up. Let this video be a sign to not quit. When I was a little girl, I did not have a space like this. So I'm telling you now, hold my hand. You don't have to do this alone. We can figure this out together. You don't have to be perfect to begin, you just have to begin. So, if this video resonated with you and you feel some of the points do align with your own journey, then I would love to talk. So, drop me a message or check out my website. You can also book a free call with me so we can take it from there. I hope to hear from you. Take care.